Hey everybody, how's it going? Alongside James, my name's Ryan. We are here with you live watching the 17-second delayed Dallas Stars game. Thanks, Washington Capitals. Ooh, good chance
Yeah.
for a steal.
A chance created by Hintz, though.
Anyways, while we're watching the game here, we will be as quiet or as loud as we want to be. If you got a question or you want to talk about something, especially during the breaks, we will try to get to them as they come. Biggest news from this morning, though, is that Ilya Lyubushkin is scratched in favor of Alexander Petrovic. So James and I talked about this literally on Sunday, and now it's here. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of this, if he is able to rise to the occasion, or if Petrovic just kind of, I don't want to say kind of spices down a little bit compared to Lyubushkin, but Bush had a very a big, a rough couple of first games, let's be honest.
Especially the game against the Avalanche. The double
Agreed.
minor that late in the game is really hard to justify.
It's a lot of press by Minnesota right now. It's a 45-second.
It's been very loose both sides, and once the puck gets into the offensive zone, so it's lots of passes going straight through the slot of the Stars. Luckily, none of them have connected cleanly with Wild players yet.
Fired up, and it's freaking 8:52. Sorry. Well, one of the commentators said they're fired up here for the home opener. I'm like, it started 2 hours later than it normally does. Ugh.
It's annoying that the home opener is 2 hours late.
Yeah, like little kids can't watch this. They're like, little kids are already in bed. Like, come on.
Got a little lucky off that icing. The Wild won it, but out of the offensive zone, so they cleared it themselves. I'm kind of hoping we see more line consistency this game, because whereas it's nice to see that, like, makes a great save from Otter, by the way. One of those passes just connected in the slot. But I'm hoping we can see more consistent lines, because whereas it's fun to see them all like mixed together, you don't see as much chemistry, and I'm kind of hoping we can see more of that.
Ritzkovian is on
Duchesne and Sagan's line. Yeah,
yep.
He's the other winger on that line. Hopefully he can show up big, because his first two games have been kind of quiet offensively, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's shown his physical presence, but the offensive side of the puck, he hasn't really done anything, really. So we'll see if he can get into that, especially with being up there with Duchesne and Sagan, that you got to show up offensively.
Hopefully, I actually sound good. I think I'm using my real microphone.
You sound good to me.
Okay.
I think you're using the right one.
Okay. If I sound lame and pathetic, y'all let me know, because my computer's telling me for some reason that it wants to switch to the camera microphone. But
kind of a 2-on-1 breaking in. Still can't get it over to Hintz, though. They keep possession in the zone, though. Ooh, tip in front.
Oh, good tip.
But Gustafsson got it. They're going to have to lean on Gustafsson a lot tonight, especially later in the game, because they played last night against the Kings and went all the way to the shootout.
Yep. And Dallas has been off for 2 days.
Yeah.
Which is like gold. Big hit.
The fast start from Minnesota is not surprising. at least. Your defense should be better than it was in the first 5 minutes, but it was not a surprise that Minnesota comes out on fire.
You know what, Lizzie? Screw you.
Okay.
Yeah, you always sound like that, Ryan. Screw you. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, Robo has been a dog on the forechecks so far this year. He just got another chance all by himself, took a short side chance. And he's just been doing that the entire time. That really sucks from Miro.
Yeah.
I mean, we had him trapped on an icing and he just got bullied out of the top of the offensive zone. Gustafson was ready for that one, man. I mean, that is good awareness from the goalie when your team is the one who won the faceoff. Then Otter was ready for that one after it was up in the air and you couldn't really tell where it was. He followed the play very well there.
Yeah.
Well, defense bad early, but I mean, the offense looks pretty good to start. So hopefully they can keep putting the pressure like that. And if they can get an early lead on a team that's on the second night of a back-to-back, I mean, that can make your night real easy. It is early in the season, though, so who knows how much those back-to-backs will even affect you.
Talik, Lizzie, I don't think I can. I don't think legally I'm allowed to. I'm not allowed to show any video or audio from gameplay, at least.
Rope getting a turnover in the offensive zone. Oh, there you go.
Let's go. That's a Lindell. What is this? All the defensemen scoring goals? What is this?
That is one thing that we didn't actually bring up in our podcast yesterday that we really should have. The defensemen through those first 2 games had 9 points. That's nuts. So, and that is a style change that does that. Not the Stars defensemen didn't just all of a sudden get that much better offensively.
Ooh, I don't blame him for not seeing that. Gustafson, I don't know. Like, how is he supposed to see that? Ooh, what a shot.
That was a very nice shot from Esa Lindell.
Well, look at that goal celebration. Look at his face, Esa Lindell. Jeez.
So Minnesota started out hot, but Stars able to weather that a little bit and then get some offensive zone time and get one of their own. So like I said, hopefully this can make the game a lot easier for them, especially if they can keep the Wild chasing the whole game. Eventually they will get worn down. You throw the 4th line out there right after that goal too. Just trying to keep the energy going. The forecheck going very strong early though for the Stars.
They got bullied the first couple of minutes.
Well, they couldn't get into their forechecking position, but once they got it going, I mean, there were 3 quick forechecking chances that they got. So very, very nice start to the game. Well, nice enough. Weren't ready at puck drop, but ready quick after that.
Like, look at that shot. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that was.
He looks like Miro Heiskanen or Thomas Harley taking that shot. Like, I know he scored double-digit goals before, but that was a while ago. That was like 6 years ago.
Scored double-digit goals?
Yeah, no, there was one year where it was him and Klinger, and I forget who else. They had 3 defensemen that had over 10 goals each. Hey, here's a trivia question for you, James. And since we're on break, at least for us, there was a defenseman in 2007 that scored over 20 goals. What was his name?
I was 5 years old.
You're making that sound like that, like that's a good excuse.
That's the only thing that I have. I'm guessing you want me to say Klinger, though.
No, it was Philippe Boucher.
I have no clue who
Philippe
that is.
Boucher. He scored over 20 goals that year, and the only reason why I remember that it was 2007 is, do you know what else was in 2007?
Nope.
The Dallas Stars hosted the All-Star Game and the Super Skills competition at the AAC. So that's why I remember that, because he was there, and he I think it was him and two others. I forget who else it was, but
I don't remember any of that.
Well, you don't remember much of anything, though, James.
And to be fair, there's not much to remember.
From that era of Stars hockey, yes, I agree. It's actually kind of sad, but it is what it is.
Do you remember what season S. Lindell had his double-digit goals?
I'm going to say 15-16 with Lindy Ruff.
He had it in the 18-19 season.
Dang it, I was wrong. I was way off.
15-16 season, S. Lindell played 4 games, so.
Oh, so he wasn't even in the NHL yet. Okay.
No.
All right, I feel a little bit better, but not really.
Yeah, he scored 11, and he's never been close to that since.
What's his next highest goal total? 5?
I think it's 8.
Okay, yeah. That's a little better than
8
I thought.
and 22-23.
Well, still 8 for S. Lindell, still a decent amount.
That's good. He's been getting, he got 5 the last 2 seasons, though. So 5 each of the last 2 seasons. So 10 total the last 2 years. Early one here, though.
Yes, thank you, ESPN. Reached the Western Conference Final each of the last 3 seasons. Like thank you for giving me more and more like sad moments in my life.
That was a nice eyes from Otter seeing through all that traffic. He didn't have a problem with it. Didn't give up didn't give up a rebound even from the far out shot. So
do you think
Otter
he had
looking really sharp early?
Do you think he had a really bad first game?
I don't think he had a bad first game. I think he just didn't have a lot to do until he had a lot to do, and then and then it was a problem. And
well, yeah,
especially your first game of the season, like I can't imagine how hard that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now the broadcast is talking about Thursday night's game against the Avalanche where he just completely stole it.
And gave up 4 goals on top of that. Like he gave up 4 goals, and he probably was the Stars' best player.
Yeah. He absolutely was.
Ooh,
that was some nice stick handling from Ritzy there.
What was that?
And then the shin pad assassin from Bishel.
Oh, come on, Bishel. At least like throw a bomb. Like a giant clapper. Come on, something.
He did not have much time, and he panicked a bit.
That's a good move. That was a good move, Johnson.
Shin pad assassin again from Bishel. Get him off the ice.
Destroy him. Nah, not big enough. I need more.
Ooh. Robertson had a nice little drag there, but pass wasn't clean over to Wyatt, so ended that one quickly.
Did you see that the NHL is actually broadcasting a college hockey game that's not like playoff hockey?
I did not, but that's very cool.
That's actually a big deal. I think it's I can't remember. I know it's Michigan State. I can't remember who her opponent is.
I mean, it took it. The evolution of college hockey is starting to become really weird because now you're seeing that they're already getting paid before their games get broadcasted. And that's like complete opposite of college football. For like years in college football, it's like a huge attraction and the players don't ever see any of the money from it.
Right. DHog31, what's up, guys? What's up, DHog? Motto, because of Gavin McKenna. I don't know. Maybe Penn State is the
Penn
opponent.
State is...
That would make some sense. But I actually don't think it is Penn State. You know, I should just look it up rather than like guessing.
Ooh, Bastion almost just...
Yeah, he almost got away with that. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna make Chris eat his words. I love Foxa being back. Like, I've forgotten how much I missed Roddick Foxa. He was only gone for a year, but like,
I think part of what's making him look so effective, though, is that there is the fourth line is truly just a checking line. And every time they get out there, they dump the puck in, they chase it, they hit everyone, and they get it to the defenseman up top and then crash the net. And that is the blueprint every single time. And they already have a goal from it. And they have created many more chances just from doing that too. So it's looked really clean to start the year. It's an easy blueprint that if you got really hard workers like the Stars do on that fourth line, it can print some goals for you. It doesn't have to be pretty, but you'll get some throughout the year.
Mato saying Tribal Chief, and Nate G says Ryan acknowledges. I feel like Chris is the only one that doesn't acknowledge. I think James slightly acknowledges Roddick Foxa.
I like Foxa. I think he was making too much money beforehand too.
I think so too, but especially now with like the cap going up, like 3.125 million is nothing. Like that's going to become normal for a fourth line center here in like a good fourth line center, I should say. In like, 2-3 years. That'll be about average.
I don't know. I think the blueprint from what we've seen from the NFL is that the top players just get paid more. So we'll have to see where that goes. Where if star players just really end up getting more. Oh my word, Robo. And then Bork with actually a pretty good shot. Bork with a good shot, but I mean, it's just a better save from Gustafsson. Gets his glove, stops it from going top right corner.
Gustafsson doesn't get a lot of credit for how good he really is.
He's very good.
My personal opinion.
He finished 6th in Vezina voting last year. So
that's still not high enough for me, in my opinion.
I think that's playing high.
No.
Yes. He's very good, but I don't know how many games Gustafsson truly steals, you know?
Well, my thing is how much Minnesota Wild hockey do you actually watch? I think I saw 2 other games.
I hate that team.
I don't hate them as much as I do Colorado. Used to not be that way, but I can't stand Colorado fans now.
I still hate the Predators the most.
When Nashville becomes more relevant again, which actually I don't know if you've been paying attention to them, but they've actually looked pretty good. Once they become more relevant, then I'll start to hate them a little bit more. But they haven't been relevant the last year.
It's just
I'm so sorry. I'm yawning.
Going on for them. You're not tired, Ryan. Stop it. It's not funny.
Not tired.
Honestly, that's uncool.
I've been up since 5:30.
I have not.
Yeah, I know. You wake up at like what, 11?
I tried to wake up earlier. It's hard to wake up earlier when you don't have to, you know?
No, I absolutely 100% agree with you. I forget that Tarasenko is on the Wild now. Not like he's the same Tarasenko from when he was a St. Louis Blue, but still.
It is weird.
It is weird to see him in a Minnesota Wild jersey. Just like it was weird to see him in a Senators jersey. He was with Ottawa last year, right?
I have no clue. I don't follow players too much, honestly. The shots are still lopsided in Minnesota's favor, but the Stars have done a much better job of getting offensive zone pressure already.
Ooh. Ooh.
Dang, that was pretty.
I love that.
Some Thomas Harley deep in the zone with Rantanen. Ooh. That was the Robo Rantanen Hintz line.
Well, that was a lot of Harley.
Yeah, I mean it is, but it's also, I mean, that's just how skilled that line's going to be. I really it's going to be interesting to see how Gulutzan uses that combination of forwards as the season goes along. See if he truly makes it a line or if he keeps it as a like back pocket sneak attack weapon or something, because that's really what he's used it as early in the season. It's just they get a shift here or there if it's in the offensive zone. And
oh no, did you hear about Chris's conspiracy?
What?
He gives fake lines and then like starts those lines and then actually goes to his real lines. Hey, I believe it.
I don't know about that. I think the lines that he starts is the lines that he wants to play. But when you have an offensive zone draw like that, you just put your best offensive players on the ice. And he's done that many times through the first 3 games now. That was actually a very dangerous break for the Wild, but it got fouled up just enough. It slowed down and the forwards got back in time.
Uh-oh.
Blackwell missing that cue there. Heiskanen wanted him to fork it backhand to him, and he just dropped it instead.
Well, they still get it out, though.
Yeah, the fourth line did a good job to work it out. They never like lost possession the whole time, but they didn't have possession the whole time either. Just slowly forked it up the boards until it finally got out. But like, look at this forecheck already.
I just want to see that 1% extra that Gulutzan was talking about. Ooh.
And that high tip stuff, or the passing up top and trying to go for a tip in front of the net, is happening not just from the fourth line, which is, it's going to be something to watch the whole season, especially when you got a line that's all they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Otter's ready. Has a
go. He didn't have much.
He lost the
92
puck, kind of blew up on him. Puck kind of blew up on him, and then he just slapped it from the boards where he picked it up.
He just like, screw it. Oh, that's a great pass. Dang it.
Lundqvist just got completely stripped there, but the forwards were all covering for him, so it ends up being completely harmless. That's the kind of coverage that we need to see for the whole game, though. And that's what we didn't see for the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game. Great play from Andre there, actually.
Well, that's a clean breakout.
Robo's
that's a
really
great play by Middleton.
Robo's really leaning into being a power forward. He's used his body a lot more to start this season.
I wouldn't call him a power forward because power forwards really don't exist very much nowadays.
He's been acting more like a power forward. Like,
okay, there you go. He's
that's
still
what
a sniper to me.
No, he's very much still a sniper, but he's been using his body a lot more to start the season, and it's really refreshing to see, especially when you think about Goltz is trying to get them to play more playoff hockey. That's the kind of stuff that's going to work in the playoffs, is those strong plays using your body to get to the front of the net rather than trying to rely on his stick handling and deking, which we really did see from him for the first 3 years of his career. That was all Jason Robertson. He was pretty through the offensive zone, stick handling around people, but you didn't really see many of those strong plays. And I feel like we're seeing that a lot more just in these last 3 games. It's a good start to the game, though. They cooled down that Minnesota offense. They survived that first 4 or 5 minutes, and then they got to work on the forecheck, and that's where they kind of spent most of the time since then. So it's a good quick recovery rather than waiting a whole period before they started working, like against the Avalanche. I mean, that whole first period against the Avalanche was just constant taking in of water.
Oh, geez, that kills me hearing that. For those of you that are not watching live or listening to the broadcast, like Jay Gottinger just had an interview with someone, a producer off screen, and he was talking about Pete DeBoer's decision to pull him out of the net in Game 5 against the Oilers, and that, oh, man. Oh, they got the full interview on ESPN during the first intermission. Okay, that'll be interesting.
Dutchy is just
look at that
working him. Oh my word! Great stick lift from whoever was there. Ooh, that's penalty. Yup.
Yeah, I was about to say, call that.
Duchesne worked that whole shift, man. That was
Attaboy,
a monster shift. He worked the whole time just to get a power play. He should have had a goal. He had 2 chances at goals there. Yeah. Set up a great chance from Sagan and was it Spurgeon who's their captain?
Yep.
He actually did a great stick lift on Sagan to keep that chance from being dangerous at all. And then he took a puck to the chest, and it fell close to Duchesne, and then he gets tripped and gets the penalty. Dang, off the rush. Close one.
Come on.
They lost the stick, though. And Johnson takes... Oh, my word. Johnson takes full advantage of him. That was gross.
Was nasty.
I really think Wyatt Johnston is going to have an even better season than last year. He looks so ready.
I mean, remember when you, me, and Chris talked about that, and I said, yeah, we're talking about all these other guys that need to step up a little bit, and Rantanen especially, but I said that this is Wyatt Johnston's year. This is where I think he can become a point-per-game player, and at least so far, so good.
He did that all by himself.
Oh, what a shot!
He had Hintz sitting there, and he didn't even look at him, dude.
Like, look at the angle of that. Like,
that's gross. Yeah, that's an amazing shot.
Golly, that's already his third of the season.
Yeah, quickly up to 0 now through the first. That's really nice, especially considering the Wild did play last night. So looking to be a nice home opener. Picked that one, man. Well, Gustafsson has not looked like a world beater early here. Wild really needed to rely on him for this game, and I'm not saying that he's let them down. Like this, the goals that have gone in have been very good goals, but
well, he didn't play last night either, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I think it was Wallstead.
It was Wallstead who got the win last night. But I mean, your goaltender always has to be your best player on the second night of a back-to-back, and he's not like let up bad goals, but he's not kept them in the game so far. I mean, there's already a 2-0 lead for the Stars.
Ooh. Kaprizov's like, what the heck, man?
I mean, yeah. That's some of that weird stuff with the icing rule getting changed to the dots, too.
Well, is it the dots or is it the hash marks? Because I thought it was the hash marks.
Who knows anymore?
Ooh.
Spurgeon did go out from taking that puck up high.
I hope he's okay. Oh.
That's a bad spot to get hit. That's like collarbone area almost.
That almost looked like the neck.
I don't think it's neck.
Oh, he's on the bench. He's fine.
He got close to the shoulder. It definitely stung him though, because when he went off after the penalty was called, he was hunched over. So that one hurt. It's nice to see a power play goal that early, but there wasn't much of the power play setting up. That was more just getting in off the rush and then scoring off the chaos. Which, I mean, those count as power play goals. It's just different style of power play goal.
Right.
I feel like we're going to be able to recreate more of those this year. Especially with goalie. Ooh! Rantanen just ran over someone.
That looked like a dirty hit. I don't think it was.
From our angle, yes. I think he was further from the boards than we could tell. Four on two. Man, the puck has just exploded off of Johnston's stick a couple of times. Just getting not being able to catch passes cleanly. I mean, since early, the Minnesota Wild really have not been able to get much going on at all in the offensive zone. The Stars have spent a lot of the time in the offensive zone forechecking.
So Johnston is out there with Duchesne and Sagan. That's different. I don't think we've seen that very much.
That is one of the ones.
Oh, how is that? Wow.
Dang, that was a crazy play from Spurgeon. Spurgeon with 2 goal-saving defensive plays early. Like, one on Sagan, and then this one. I mean, I was on Sagan too, but it was going to go to. He broke up Duchesne and Johnston on that. Dives back, swipes the stick, gets the puck, and then gets the puck off of Johnston.
That is a great play.
That's a crazy defensive play. Just desperation dive to get it too.
That was a 2-on-0.
Yeah, 2-0, and he dove back to stop him from getting anything.
Trenyan.
Petro's not going to win most of those.
He didn't have to.
There. he fouled it up enough.
Go, Robo.
Robo wanted to go in.
Didn't
get the give and go. They ain't going anyway. People hitting Miro again? Shocker.
I think Miro got a penalty. Oh no, good. Okay. Good. Okay. I thought they were about to call that on.
That's a weird one to call. It would have to be really intentional.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Accidentally on purpose.
He played it off pretty well, but it's Ryan Hartman, so Ryan Hartman doesn't get the benefit of the doubt.
All right, that one is probably not called late in the season, though. Honestly,
agreed.
It's just sitting there in front of the net. No one could get it. Yeah, and then the Wild just kill it in the corner. Did a good job there. Stars get the 2-0 lead, and they're gonna start the second with a power play too. So that's nice. What do you think of that first period, Ryan?
I got a lot more notes than I thought I would. I didn't like the start, especially with the amount of shots Minnesota was putting up, but then Dallas kind of weathered the storm a little bit and got two goals, kept the lead. I would have liked to see them take advantage of that last chance in the last minute, the Wyatt Johnston chance there. That would have been nice, to be completely honest with you. But I'm happy with the period. I'm happy with the period overall. Now the question for me though is honestly going to be, are they going to be able to keep this lead? Because they were not able to in the game against the Jets. It was pretty much a blown lead. They blew the lead. They had a huge lead and they basically blew it. And they did better against Colorado, but they were not playing their best. This is much, much better. This is the Dallas Stars team that I recognize and I like to see. And again, a lot of the little things that Glenn Gulletson said he was going to do, he has done. And even then a little bit more. The players seem a little, I don't know what the right word is. A little bit freer to do things. I mean, like, for example, like we saw another defenseman goal here today. I mean, Esalinda, like, we did not see this many goals in a single week in a month from Dallas Stars D-men last year, because most of their job was to, pay attention to the back end, which is fine. That's literally in the name of their position. But it is nice to see them getting in on the offense and being able to contribute offensively, because I mean the forwards do come back a lot and contribute on the D side too. So I love it.
And really, where the difference is for me is in DeBoer's style. We did see defensemen join the rush, but once it was in the offensive zone, they stayed up top, and that was kind of that's just kind of what happened in Goldson's system so far. We've seen them take the puck down the boards, going away from the top post where you normally see defensemen sit, and they're able to create some crossovers in zones. They're making it hard for the defenders to defend. And that's just, I feel like before the Stars, it was all about cycling down low, and you didn't see the defensemen get much into it unless it was rimmed all the way around the boards and it was their turn to go down. But they go straight back up to the top right after that. And we're seeing defensemen kind of stick handle down low and try their hand at passing to the slot. And they're not too worried about being back or not, because they know the forward's up there. So it's a little different from that sense, at least. And it's so far it's worked wonders, especially for defenseman scoring.
Again, we've seen this team build up leads, but they've blown lead, not blown,
One
but
lead. They've blown one lead.
They've blown one lead, and then the game against Colorado was back and forth more, with more reliance upon Ottinger to do his job. This is definitely much more of rely on Otter a little bit at the beginning, and then kind of weather the storm before they're able to get their legs under him, which is fine. That's okay. So,
and what was really nice to see was it didn't take even a TV timeout before they were able to get their legs back under them and start the forecheck and really get their game going. And like I said, once they started the forecheck, they spent the rest of the period in the Minnesota Wild zone, and that'll do wonders for you defensively, especially when we're talking about that's probably what they're worst at right now. Well, if you're in the offensive zone, you don't got to play defense, so it doesn't look nearly as bad. And really, that's where I think that first period ended up going. I don't know that our defense got that much better, but we were able to start the forecheck, and we didn't have to play defense.
Okay, we are going to take a quick break for ourselves because, to be honest with you, I haven't eaten dinner, and I'm going to go cook myself or heat up myself some food here for just a second. And we'll be back with you guys for sure before the second period starts. Don't go anywhere. We appreciate all of you guys being here. We'll be right back in just one moment.
You're muted, Ryan.
That's what I get for trying to be cool. We're back here with you guys. We got about 3 minutes on our end before the second period starts. Let us know if you guys want to talk about anything specific. It doesn't have to be, hockey. I mean, we argued about cereal box mascots on Sunday, which I am still right about. I was great, you might say. Nothing.
That was a bad joke.
That was the point, James. It's a dad joke. I'm a dad. I'm allowed to do that, so it's okay. Anyways, you should go watch/listen to that episode from Monday to understand what I'm talking about, or maybe you understood the reference already. James, what? Let me ask you about this because I still think it's a little bit crazy. Kaprizov, are you surprised with him getting $17 million?
I mean, yes, but at the same time, I think even if he got 16, 15, I would be surprised just because those are numbers that we have not seen in the NHL yet. And honestly, the 17 mil is around what McDavid should have been signing at anyway. And the only reason why it's even more surprising now is that McDavid took the team-friendly 12.5 for 2 years.
That's like $2 million less than Leon Draisaitl.
Yeah, and it makes Minnesota look silly. It's not fair to Minnesota to say, "Oh wow, you look like idiots now," because what are you gonna do? Not sign your best player? Like, just let him walk?
I don't agree with people that say that, but I'm still gonna say it because it's fun and I want to troll Minnesota fans. But the thing is with Kaprizov is if he's not in the lineup, that Minnesota team looks a million times different. I mean, like that's literally what it is.
Almost
like
missed the playoffs is what it is.
Right. And like I'm not saying that McDavid is replaceable, but they've still got another number one center over there if he's out or if he gets hurt, right? So and they've shown that they can be okay without McDavid for a little while. And just like they did when Draisaitl got hurt, and they were okay without Draisaitl for a little while. But with Kaprizov, he is the heartbeat, the offense, the spice of that team.
It's like if you lost both Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl off the Oilers. Like you can't replace that. There's nothing you can do to fix that. Your team just has to scrap out wins. Yep. And that's what the Wild did for a large majority of the season, and they got into the playoffs from it. They had 40, 50 games from Kaprizov, so he missed almost half the season, and they still made it. So, I mean, that's honestly a testament to how much heart there is on that Wild team. But also, it would have been a breeze if Kaprizov was on the team the whole year. So, that's going to be the spotlight for Minnesota for the coming years: is can Kaprizov stay healthy?
That's what I'm kind of hoping for Roope Hintz this year, James, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, but Roope Hintz is not Kirill Kaprizov. So, and we have people who could replace him at least temporarily. Like, even if Kaprizov gets hurt,
Wyatt Johnson's getting there.
Like, who's going to replace Kaprizov? There's no one to replace him. They do got a minute and a half of power play time to start the second period. So let's see if they can get something working. They actually got zone possession this time instead of chaos. Ooh, quick little short angle tip chance from Mikko Rantanen there.
Dude, what a save.
That was a great save.
Dang.
Ooh, kept it though. Rantanen and stick broken.
Come on, get it.
Robo got hand pass. He touched it. Boo.
That sucks. I
think Robo touched it, but it was close. That really stinks. That was a pseudo 5-on-3 with the broken stick off from a Wild player. Rantanen with some forechecking on the power play to get that puck back too. Just puck jack someone while they're trying to exit the zone.
Who is that? That was Hints? Yeah, it was Hints.
Yeah, Hints up close. See if they still got about 30 seconds left on it.
It's 14-13 in shots. It's evened up now. Ooh, yeah, fancy moves.
Very quickly evened up.
Steal at the point? That's different. Okay, he just went down deep.
Yeah, I was about to say, they're just cycling right now. Harley is out there now with the second power play unit. They're moving the puck really well.
Let's go!
Oh, and it sneaks through. Bounces off someone in front and goes in. A little bit of a lucky bounce, like, but we take those.
It looks like Duchesne's getting the goal.
Yeah, I think he went off
the first one through the line.
A Minnesota defenseman and went in. But Steele being in front there, causing that traffic. And you get a little lucky with those sometimes. And that's second power play unit scoring. So that's I feel like that's going to be what most of the year looks like. We're going to see both power play units very dangerous.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Off the goalie. Is that what it was?
Off the skate.
Yep. Oh, off the skate.
And then 5-hole.
Defenseman and straight through his legs.
That sucks.
So a little lucky for him, but Stars now have a 3-0 lead.
Okay, I'm still keeping my head on.
You can't lose. You can't stop playing now. You have to keep playing that forechecking in the offensive zone for the whole game.
Keep the gas. Keep the gas going. Keep the foot on the pedal.
It doesn't have to be like crazy, but you need to play in the offensive zone. Also, that Jets game was an anomaly because it was 2 shorthanded goals off the same power play. So that is also very weird for the Stars, but it's because they just let their guard down and weren't playing as hard. So they got to keep playing hard for the whole game. I don't know if you saw the ESPN offensive zone timer, but the Stars had double the Minnesota Wild offensive zone time already. So that is something that I feel like
that's not a good play, Bishel.
On the season as a whole, we should be watching out for. It's bad play in neutral ice, but forwards are back, luckily. So good job on the forwards covering for them. All right. Minnesota starting it from their own zone, and they turned it over in the neutral zone. So the Stars get to go into the offensive zone now. And they hit it into the bench. So now we got a face off in the offensive zone for the Stars.
I was wondering when we were going to see Duchesne score. That's not the way I expected him to score, but like he's been good. He just hasn't been lucky in terms of the score sheet.
And I feel like his hands have been really fast, especially just compared to last year. I feel like he's got his hands warm to start the season. Especially with him getting older in age too, that's going to be the most important thing for him to keep working on is his hands. Keep his hands moving fast.
Ooh,
a little bit of a whiff off of a shot off the face-off win, but it did get to the goaltender. It just wasn't a great one.
Dang, Kaprizov.
Great save from Otter though. Kaprizov just skates in, makes it a little dangerous, holds up, gets a pass over on a 3-on-2. But Otter just is making it very elementary on the goaltending side of things. Robo on a breakaway. Whoa.
He didn't get a lot on that.
He got fouled up a bit coming back too because he's not as fast. Someone did catch him. They kept possession though in the offensive zone. That's big. So let's see if they can make anything out of it. They have Robo, Johnston, Rantanen out here right now.
That's interesting too.
Yeah. So truly, we're just seeing blender moments. Otter,
that's
great,
something
great awareness.
Come on, guys.
Great awareness from Otter to pick that up too, though. They just left the puck in the other corner of their own zone, and no one came to get it. Minnesota Wild jumped on it, but Otter was ready for it. So that's great cover from Otter there. Something that shouldn't happen, but it's a reason why you have a goaltender. As kind of a bad play from Ritzy, couldn't fork it out of the offensive zone, so they're stuck in their own defensive zone right now.
Are you serious?
They're calling that holding. I don't like that.
Well, Nels is not arguing against it.
Lundqvist, he doesn't argue against any calls. He's very good about that. But Lundqvist is going to get a holding call on the boards, kind of fighting for possession. It was kind of a hold, but with the puck there, normally you see that fight kind of stay. I mean, Robertson on that breakaway chance actually did get a pretty good fork backhand trying to lift it over the pad. It's just that free. I mean, I don't know about that one. His hand was free for a little bit on that penalty for Nils Lundqvist, but it was very short amount of time, and then he had him kind of trapped, pinned on the boards. But Minnesota Wild forward flailing a bit is able to draw the call. Great defensive breakup from Bischel there, actually. Minnesota Wild had a tic-tac-toe passing going on to someone right in front, and Bischel broke it up at the last second, just before it got to someone sitting right between the dots on that power play. So that's great awareness from Bischel there, reading the play and picking it up. And he clears it here, and Blackwell's going to get a breakaway.
Go, Blackie. Go, go, go!
Shorthanded. Oh, and he tried to get it back to his backhand, oddly enough. Offside on the Minnesota Wild after they try to spring someone on a breakaway back the other way. So an offensive zone draw on the penalty kill for the Stars. Yeah, Blackwell pulling it to his forehand, but then tried to go backhand after going back down, trying to catch the defender off guard, I guess. But I mean, that's kind of a mistake, in my opinion. You should just hold it forehand and try and go on that one. But it almost ended up being very dangerous going back the other way. But luckily, the Wild missed that headman pass. Wild starting back from their own defensive zone now. Still got about a minute left on the penalty kill. And the Stars are going to pick it back up and clear it back down the ice. All right, Kaprizov coming through neutral zone, pass it to Boldy.
Oh, I don't like that.
It's broken up some, but they couldn't clear it. Hartman right in front makes a great drag, but it doesn't get through. Otter makes a great save.
Jeez.
And then eats the second one and covers it for a face-off. So Otter with some great job following the play there after a breakdown in front.
Yeah,
it's Lindell with a careless backhand to try and clear the zone.
Did it twice.
Yeah. Two very...
Once at the blue line and then once in front of his own net.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right behind
Otter.
Then
it just goes straight back to him.
Yeah, just not some weird backhands from Lindell. Normally see him get those out of the zone, but Otter covers him. For all the times that Lindell does that for Otter, I mean, he'll probably take that. Foxo wins a draw in the offensive zone on that PK, and they clear it down the ice. So there's some Foxa impact for you. Minnesota Wild got it in the offensive zone now. Got a little bit of setup cycle going on. Just cycling up around the boards, though, for now. The Stars are going to clear it now. So they got it up against the boards and cleared it out for the last time. So they got it through that PK. It was dangerous, but Otter was big when we needed him to be.
Random thought. If anyone gives me crap about drinking Coke, I'm sorry, I don't have any Dr. Pepper.
Robertson just dove at his defensive blue line to poke it out. So a great defensive play. Tried to go up the other way. Weird change from the boards after the Stars turned it over on the offensive blue line. Minnesota Wild have possession now. That was the shot from up high with lots of traffic in front that Otter never saw. But Stars were able to outnumber in front and got it down the ice for a change. Ooh, turnover in the offensive zone for the Wild. This is Duchesne cutting it off. Harley up top.
Yeah, I got blocked.
Blocked, and yeah, ends up being harmless. Little bit too pretty from Duchesne there, trying to make a crazy play across, but no one's home. So
yeah, but that's what Duchesne does.
Like
he goes for the
he giveth and he taketh.
Are you getting religiously biblical on us here, James?
Mm-hmm.
He giveth and he taketh away. Big hit!
And taketh. Yeah, Lundqvist being big there, and that's something that we need to see from him too. He needs to use that big body as a defenseman. We always think of him as a little dude, but he's not little. He's 6'1" still. So
he's not 6'1".
He's 6'1". Go look.
Listed at 6'1".
He's listed at 6'1". He's bigger. He's bigger than he plays. So
okay, that I will agree with.
Seeing those hits like that is something that we need to see more from him.
Watch behind you. Yep, there you go.
Minnesota Wild got the forecheck in the Dallas zone.
Knock them on their butts.
Yeah, Minnesota Wild got a forechecking chance there with Petra Bichel out there, but I mean, the Wild are looking like they're just trying to crash the net right now with shots from up top. Yeah, I'd really like to see more of that physical side for Nils. I mean, that's something that's completely non-existent from him, and that's just the way that he's used to playing before. That's something that he really needs to change. And the end of last season and the start of this season, we've seen him really use that big body. I go back to that Harley goal that against the Avalanche when he was crashing the net. He's fighting someone off, trying to crash the net with the puck, and that's that kind of physical play we need to see more from him, because I mean, him especially, it just was non-existent before. You could see it a little bit from Robo, even under Pete DeBoer, which we're seeing a lot more now, which I'm liking. But Nils is really turning into a great early season story, isn't he?
He's got some defensive play that he needs to kind of mop up a little bit, because that's and I know that the coaching staff is kind of giving him a little bit more leniency right now, but I'm hoping he figures that out sooner rather than later, because especially in the Colorado game, the majority of those goals were with him on the ice. I mean, like we mentioned on Sunday, he was like a -2, I think. And he had an assist. So he was at least on the goal for he was on the ice for at least one of the Stars' goals. So he was on the ice for probably at least 3.
It had to have been all 3 even strength goals, because the Avalanche had the one power play goal in that game. So I don't think all of those were his fault either. There was one in that game where it was Bastian was crashing the net with Lehkonen, and Bastian just completely lost the physical battle in front of the net, and that's why Lehkonen ends up wide open. That's something that Lundqvist should still probably pick up, but it happened so quickly. He was covered and then he wasn't. So it's a hard one. Hey, Stars winning a defensive zone draw too, and getting into the offensive zone very quickly. So
that is something I complained about.
Yeah, it's
important draws,
very important. And it's nice that we're still seeing some of this offensive zone time, even with the 3-goal lead.
Oh, good D.
Yeah, neutral zone breakup for the Stars that
they
get back into the offensive zone. Yeah, the Stars only had one player back, but Miro Heiskanen was one of the ones skating back, so we made it back before it even became dangerous.
One of the few guys that can keep up with Connor McDavid and Cale
Robo
McCarr.
Robo just misses the pass to Rantanen, crashing down the slot off of a Minnesota Wild turnover in their own end.
They have forced a lot of turnovers here tonight.
Yeah, the forechecking has been great. We're seeing the nuclear line here with Hintz, Rantanen, and Robo right now too.
That's one of those Robo shots that just finds its way and it happens to score sometimes.
Yeah. He was trying to get that one for a tip.
Watch it. Oh, that's the guy. Watch it.
Oh, and they whiffed on the shot, luckily. A great cross ice pass by the Wild, but the execution doesn't come through. Now this nuclear line's trapped in the defensive end after having a long offensive shift, so they're in a little bit of trouble here. Otter playing great, though. Robo's still hunting on the forecheck after minute-long shift. Nice breakup from Harley in the defensive end. Reads the play, picks it off, goes the other way. Drops right to Sagan, and he misses high. Up out of play. Dang. That was a close one. I like Nate G's comment. I'm comfortable anytime Rope blocks a shot, which he's just had to in that extended shift. I agree, especially Rope. He is the one who always seems to be the one who gets hurt.
Sorry, I'm dancing to the song off of the Taco Bell commercial.
Embarrassing, Ryan.
Instead of going under again.
It's the game has definitely got a lot more even since the Stars went up 3-0, but they're
handling everything.
Yeah, well, Otter's handling everything that's getting through. Truly, is what it is.
But let's be fair to the defense. So the defense has been doing most of its job, and
mostly.
When don't roll your eyes at me.
I mean,
James Alexander.
They're still. I mean, they got very lucky on a few of those, especially the cross ice pass that.
Okay, that's fair. The whiff by Johansson. Yes,
Johansson had a slap shot lined up with Otter not ready for it at all, and he whiffed on it. So got very lucky on that one. I feel like that was probably their best chance so far.
I was very honest. I like that from Glenn Golitzson.
Yeah, they had an interview on the bench with them. He's saying that we're playing against a gritty team, and then also he said that the forecheck was something he was really trying to work on after that Avalanche game, and the forecheck has been exceptional tonight. So,
now let me make sure I understood this right. Is he trying to say that he wants to extend Minnesota's shifts?
I think,
or was he saying that Dallas needs to shorten their amount of shifts, like
shorten their shift?
Okay, that's what I thought.
Especially because of that last shift with Rantanen, Hintz, and Robertson all getting caught out for well over a minute. Johnson with the great forward checking chance there, but it got forked away.
Oh,
that's Sagan Duchesne Johnson getting another forward checking chance there, and just couldn't get the shot off. Some good sticks from Minnesota. And then they iced the puck, so might throw out that nuclear line again. Let's see.
Was that Sagan in the slot?
Yeah, that was. I mean, all three of them got a chance in the slot very quickly there. Just none of them could get a shot off.
But he was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Got kind of handcuffed.
Handcuffed a little bit, but also I think his stick was tied up too. So it was combination.
That's a hard. I mean, it was at his feet. That's a hard shot to get off.
Yeah, but if you can move your stick around a bit, then you can kind of get a chance on it. They did throw that nuclear line on for the face off, but then they kind of botched it a bit. Now they're stuck in the
saying that Trinian. It's not Trinian.
No,
it's Trinan.
It's Trinan.
I've always heard it called. Oh, that's a bad play. Who was that?
Robo, I think. No, that was Hintz.
Hintz.
And then he got lucky and it came right back to him. And now he's going to get a shot. Great save from Gustafson there. 80-mile-an-hour wrister.
That's ridiculous.
That's a fast wrist shot, man. All right, fourth line finally getting back on the ice after a while. It's been a hot second since they got on the ice, especially with some of these extended shifts. Yeah, Lundqvist gets really bullied in the corner there on that dump in from Minnesota, and then they get a really good chance right in under the dot.
That went off the post.
Yeah, off the post and wide. And then Otter eats the next one. So it's the Wild are really missing on some of their best chances right now. They're getting good shots from Eriksson Ek.
Eriksson, of course it was
missing
Eriksson
just over the top right corner, short side on Otter. So very, very close one there for the Stars, but another near miss. And some of that is just because Minnesota Wild do not have as good shooters as the Stars. I think that's fair to say. They got to try to get some of their more dangerous chances on net. They've missed many of their best chances.
Most of their chances has been like point shots and then looking for tips or rebounds.
Well, those are the ones that are getting on net. What I'm saying is they've had better chances. They're just not hitting the net with them.
Like Johansson, I guess that's true.
Yeah. Johansson, Eriksson Ek, just there in the last 2-3 minutes. Both have grade A chances, but neither one hits the net and makes Otter make a save. So especially when you're down 3-0, sometimes you just got to get those on net. You can't afford to
hope for something. Those. Hope for a lucky bounce.
Yeah, and as this game gets later and later, it's going to get harder and harder for the Wild to climb back into this one. Stars just got to make sure they're marking Kirill Kaprizov for the rest of the game, because really he's going to be the game changer. If they can do that, though, then I feel pretty confident for the rest of this game.
That's kind of cool. Good for Brock Faber.
Brock Faber is a very cool person. I mean,
he's a good hockey player.
He's very good at hockey, but outside of that, I mean, he's been a real treat just to have as a NHL player, because he does so much cool stuff for the community there. And especially since he's not like a veteran dude either. I mean, this is a new player into the league, and he just does.
He's in his third year now, I think.
Yeah, but he's still very young. Is what I'm saying.
Yes. That's true.
And he's doing it from day one too, and that's something that's really nice to see. That I hope a lot more players see and adopt too. Star's doing some good jobs on this last couple shifts, blocking shots rather than letting them get through and Otter kind of eating them. The Wild have definitely gotten a lot more zone time here in the last 5 minutes, though.
Yeah, but they haven't been able to do very much with it. See, again, like that, they just completely ruined a good forechecking. That's offside.
Yeah, it was.
Or maybe not.
I think he brought it in, then took it back out and didn't get caught. Which I don't think you could even challenge at that point anyway, so. Yeah, icing there. Oh, they didn't call it. Okay.
No, I got touched.
I didn't think he got touched, but I thought that the Stars had to let it go because they had too many men, but they only had 4 players on the ice for a moment there. So good awareness from the player who was on the bench. Yeah, the Minnesota Wild are starting to establish their own forecheck now. And Stars are getting trapped in their own zone a little bit. Bork being able to knock someone down, though, and break up the forecheck a little bit. And then Bischel gets pretty good lick on to someone as well.
But, like, look at where all of this
and
is.
And it breaks them up, yeah. Yeah, they're on the boards. They're not getting interior. All of this is
on the perimeter of the ice, exactly.
The Stars are definitely getting... The Stars are definitely getting interior much better than the Minnesota Wild. It's just, even when the Minnesota Wild are getting their few chances in the slot, they're missing. So it's making Otter's life a lot easier.
I hate the Golden Knights. I hate the Golden Knights so much.
An offensive zone draw, and who do the Stars put out there?
Nuclear.
Without a fail every single time. They lose that face-off, though, so they should probably go change. They really have...
But it hasn't always been Hintz up on that top line, though. Sometimes it's been Wyatt.
Yeah, I think that's more to give Hintz a break.
Ooh,
very close. Robertson trying to be a little cheeky there. Almost turned it over. But the Wild did just enough to keep control. And then Heiskanen deflects it out of play. Because that's what Heiskanen does. That's really what's so much fun about watching Heiskanen is just, if it's an offensive zone chance, he can just make it look like nothing. I mean, it's so nice to watch. In that way, he truly is a one-of-a-kind defenseman. Yeah, the Minnesota Wild just tried to fight to the slot there, and the Stars just good sticks and good coverage, not letting them get there, and then broke it out. And then Wyatt just turned it over. Turned it over for the Stars. I think they got back onside.
Well, the linesman agrees with you.
Icing against the Minnesota Wild. So are we going to put the nuclear line out there again? I feel like it's every time. So
I will agree with you in that.
They got a fan in full goalie gear with the Otter jersey on.
That's commitment, man. I wouldn't do it.
That is commitment. And then Robo dances in front. Oh my word, Robo.
Robo just took it to the front
Man,
like nothing.
He wants to score every game. It's crazy. I mean, I know every player does, but the plays that he's doing, it's nuts. Like he's trying to do it all by himself, and he almost does it every time too. A little bit of an errant clear there, but luckily they didn't have anyone. Hint stances in and then dumps it down, so they're trying to start the cycle again while trying to get change too, probably. Wild got it back though, and then it goes off skate. Sloppily through center, but they get it into the offensive zone. Fox, our third defenseman, though, is back there fighting for it and turns it over, you know. And then a shot from up top does go a little loose, but it gets to a Stars player, and they're going to call hooking. Calling hooking on Johnston, maybe Ritzkovian.
I think it's probably on Ritzy.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that call very much. Another kind of weak one. Like it's there, but there's been worse, you know, just in the game so far. But it is a 3-0 game, so I understand.
Who is it?
Finally touches.
Looks like, yeah, I told you.
Yeah, Ritzy. Ritzy's going to get the hooking call high up in the hooking or holding, whatever they want to call. Holding again. I mean, I don't like either of these holding calls. I think the Stars are just being stronger on the boards. He hugs him, so it's a little more, but it's not much.
I mean, I get it
still,
but yeah,
both of them are like that's slow mo, and he maybe had his hand around him for half a second. It's not like they're moving fast either. They're just jockeying up the boards, and those are both the holding calls. Like while the puck is there, they're fighting for possession of it. I just don't like it very much. The Wild did win the offensive zone faceoff to start this.
This is not a time to be taking a penalty, though.
That's been happening the whole game, though, and they just decided to call it that time. So I don't blame that on Ritzy at all. That's how goalie. Ugh. That's how goalie wants them to play. The Wild did get a pretty good chance there, just throwing it into the slot while someone tries to tip it in. But the Stars quickly cleared it after that, and they're really not letting them enter the offensive zone again. So, they passed it far side. The Stars knock them off.
Attaboy, Miro.
Heiskanen makes it look harmless again. About 6 seconds left in the period. And they gave up a rush.
Great play. Who was that?
And he comes back. Foxa with great back checking. That was a 3-on-2 they had with about 2 or 3 seconds left. But Foxa came back there, broke it up before they could pass it away. That's into the second, though. They extended their lead off of that early power play that carried over from the first, and it's looking good right now. Wish they were getting a little bit more offensive zone time still in that later half of the second period, but not bad at all. Really can't ask for much more than what they've done so far.
So far, so good. I mean, I don't want to say like they're allowing the Wild to kind of push, but it feels like they're allowing the Wild to push a little bit. Does that make sense?
I think it was more of the Wild were starting to get a little bit more of their forecheck going. And that's really hard to break out of in the second period too. So the Wild did a very good job in the second half of that period getting their game going. But the Stars did. I mean, the Stars controlled it the first half of that second period. So to say what you will about that period, pretty even overall, but no even strength goals at all. So when you're the team that's leading, it's a good thing.
And this is the situation that I'm still worried about. It's a 3-goal lead.
You shouldn't be worried about it. It's only the third game of the season. This is the second multi-goal lead that they've ever had so far. So I don't think it's fair to let that be a worry yet. But
I
if
still
they blow it again, then you can worry.
I still just don't trust the Stars with closing out a lead yet. If they come out here in the third and they're a little bit more solid on it, then I will feel a lot better about the Stars' ability to close out a game. This is what they need to do now. This is the thing that they need to solidify, I think, from the Winnipeg game, is because they did not close it out the right way against Winnipeg. And I know it's a different story because they're on the road versus, now they're here at home. But I don't know. Still,
I think that Winnipeg game's a one-off. Truly, like I said,
I want to agree with you, but I'm still not sure.
The two shorthanded goals they gave up on the same power play. That's just that's something that you never see, especially in the first game of the season. That's nothing, you're just starting the season again. Whatever, don't care. One game doesn't get to define it for me. If we were like 10 games in the season, they've already blown 2 multi-goal leads, then you'd be a little more worried. I mean, you'd be right to worry, but it's the third game of the season. It's a 3-goal lead. Otter's playing good. The defense hasn't looked bad. Matto saying Otter's on his game tonight. I'm not worried. So yeah, I agree with that. He's looked very good, especially with like doing that thing where he punches his blocker shots out of the zone. Basically, you're seeing that from him. That's always, Otter's on when he's doing that. So.
Evangeline saying, why did Robertson's shot on goals go down? They have actually been, it's a long answer to your question, Evangeline. But long story short, it's because of gambling. Okay, with gambling, they started doing like the overs and unders in shots on goal or whatever, like over or under 6.5 or whatever, and they have been a lot more strict about what counts as a shot compared to what doesn't. And so like if a shot is going to go way wide and Otter makes the save, then they don't count that. Obviously, that's something that they've started doing lately. So
that's why you see that up and down.
Yes, that's why you do see it go up and down a little bit. Okay, we've got a little bit of time before the second period starts. I think we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a break, and then we'll be back with you guys for the start of the third period. Stick around with us. Make sure you click like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Hit that notification bell, and we'll be right back with you guys here in just a couple of moments. Hey guys, welcome back to our live stream. We're gonna start the third period here in a second, and alongside James, my name is Ryan, and we welcome you back to our live stream. James, you were muted, so you didn't even get to like defend yourself there, playing with some of the sounds over here. See, that's James's favorite sound. That's how it works. And here's mine.
That is my favorite sound. I would like to use that sound every time that Tony the Tiger is brought up.
That's what I hear every single time that Tony the Tiger is brought up. Let's hear that one more time.
So
that's
loud.
the right way. All right. What do we got going on? Anything else going on?
Nope.
Not much other than I don't know. Let's talk about some of these scores from around the NHL real quick. We saw the was it with the Rangers? They get shut out 3 times in their first 3 home games. The first team in NHL history to do so.
Tragic.
That's terrible. The Capitals win 3-2 in overtime over the Tampa Bay Lightning, and I believe it was it Chikrin? Yep, it was Chikrin. And the Canadians beat the Kraken in overtime 5-4. The Maple Leafs, I don't want to say destroy, but it was 7-4, pretty much
barn
destroyed.
burner.
The Penguins and the Ducks are tied at 2 in the first intermission, and the Hurricanes are so far taking care of business, up 3-1, just about in the second intermission. And it looks like the Knights are going to take a 3-2 win. There's still about 2.5 minutes remaining there over the Flames. And then obviously we've got our game here. Stars are up 3-0 here. James, what are you looking for from the team going into the third period?
I really want to see them play more in the offensive zone. That's where the Stars are at their best. They have so many good forwards, so many talented forwards too, and creative forwards. They can just, even if they're not scoring, the other team can't score if you're in the offensive zone. And I want to see more of that throughout this whole season. That was something that we didn't really see that much under DeBoer. We saw more kind of sitting back a little bit. I just want to see the Stars play for the whole game. Just play the same way. You don't got to change the way that you're playing. The forechecking's working great. Yeah, I'd like to see more offensive zone time. You're muted, Ryan. You just muted yourself. How did you forget that?
I want to see them close this game out. I want them to see if they can be dominant still. And they don't necessarily have to score any more goals. I mean, obviously I would love to see more goals, but I just want to see them take this home.
They already have more than enough.
Yep. Okay, I'm sorry, James. Someone says I have to boo that man. There you go.
No,
what was it, Ryan?
Said, James, boo that man. I don't know who I'm supposed to be booing, but
got Thomas Harley for 1 shot on goal this period.
Yeah, I think
that's bound.
There's
to happen,
only
right?
3 defenseman shots through the whole game so far.
One of them is Esa Lindell, who scored a goal.
One of them's Esa Lindell. The other 2 are Heiskanen. So,
I love it.
Shots they're interesting. That's for sure. Harley, might crash down though. Get a little shot in there. We'll see.
Okay,
it's probably
fine.
not what you want to be seeing with a 3-0 lead, but
Ryan says I have to boo myself because I had my mic muted.
Yeah, that makes more sense. That makes more sense.
Oh man, I'm gonna have way too much fun with these drops. Like the amount of drops that DLLS used to use with when John was the producer on the show. Like, oh man, Yeah, he probably had about 40 to 50 different drops.
Muted Mike needs to be booed every time now.
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna play with some of these other ones. Let's see what we got.
Have a little fun before the third period starts.
Yeah, right. Oh, we got a gong. You want to hear a gong?
Yes. That's a nice long gong.
Let's see. Slide along.
No, that's.
Can you hear that?
I could not hear it.
Oh, you couldn't hear that time? Okay, I have to add it to it here.
Oh, it's a little slide whistle. I get it. Slide along.
That's really excessive. Like too excessive. Like, oh man. Okay, back to the game. Yeah. Let's. I'll throw some random drops here at the end of the game. Hopefully, I will be happy. Wild. Whoa, not in the slot, please.
Yeah, Wild forechecked off. They still got this power play to start. He never got a shot off in that slot though. They collapsed on him, luckily.
Well, even more so, he fanned on the shot again. It's another chance they had where they fanned on the shot. Oh, William.
That's so good.
No, Kaprizov. Okay, good.
And they missed again. That's another whiff. There's a stick broken, so this is kind of a short 3-on-5 almost. Blackwell, the forward up top, it has the one without the stick. So they're sitting in their triangle, but it goes off someone in front.
Go,
now Ritzy's got it. He's trying to skate down. He's only got one to beat. Backhands it wide. So got a little lucky there. They didn't panic once the stick broke. They did a good job of creating the triangle real quick once Blackwell's stick broke.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice move, Miro.
Nice little, stick handle from Miro to get around and then turns it right over to someone to neutralize. So from a great move to a terrible turnover. Wild that possession in offensive zone now. While they're doing a better job of possessing in the offensive zone, they're not letting the Stars get to them on the boards as much. But that's Rantanen with a really good stick to break up a pass, and that is happening a lot as well. The Stars are breaking up passes in their own zone quite often, and they're doing both that, and then if they can catch them on the boards, they normally are winning that battle. So the Wild really are struggling to get movement. Ooh. Decently high hit on Duchesne. Very much
attaboy, Petro.
Yeah, Petros drops the gloves on Middleton.
Him, boy. Come on.
Petro's getting pummeled, but that's not what the fight's about anyway.
Come on, Petro. Dang.
I'll probably get a penalty for that one. We'll see, though.
Absolutely. And Duchesne's down the tunnel, too. Crap.
That's going to be concussion more than anything, though.
Well, I don't know. I couldn't tell where the hit was. It looked like it got him solid in the body, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it got him solid in the body, but he definitely had the whip back with his head. So he's definitely got, it looked like concussion just from the get-go, especially with how slowly Duchesne got up. And then he was kind of seemed woozy on his feet right after that, too. So, well, we'll see what they call here. They might give Petro one for instigating, but we'll just have to wait and see. They are
10-minute misconduct.
I don't know. I think the instigation with fighting is an automatic 10 minutes misconduct, but I'm not positive. Yeah, here's the review on the hit here. He's reaching for the puck. He does get him right on the chin. That's a very missed call. That's a 5-minute major to the head there. They missed it though. Petro does fight him though. He got absolutely
he makes Middleton throw the gloves down.
Yeah,
that's what he does.
I don't know. I don't know how you can call that instigating when Petro doesn't even hit him before. Middleton he knows he's supposed to fight there. Rules analyst says it was right through the center. I don't think it was at all. But
see, I'm not. It looked like it was a little bit of both, but I couldn't tell.
I think he was trying to hit him in the center, but he missed, and most of the contact goes to his head, and that's really what matters. It's not where the initial contact is; it's where most of the contact is. Ooh. I mean, he gets him right on the chin. Like he does get it's in the body too, but it's in the chin for front. They're going to get the Stars on another one for something. They're going to call holding. So the Minnesota Wild are going to get 1 minute and 40 seconds of 5-on-3 time. Yeah, not too happy about the calls here, especially the Stars getting 3 holding calls in one game. That's very weak. They're going to give the Wild an offsetting one, so it's not going to be 5-on-3. I don't know why they gave offsetting there. That doesn't make any sense, but works out for the Stars somehow. Because now it's just going to be a 5-on-4 still. Okay, well, they should have given Blackwell the interference one and then Eriksson Ek one for holding, but that is just a little bit of Blackwell just getting run over though because he's little. So that's just kind of a downside of Blackwell's side, like Blackwell's game, the way he plays, because he is, whereas he is kind of like built out and heavy, he is not tall, so he does get bullied sometimes.
Just what really sucks is that that Blackwell is one of our better penalty killers too.
Yeah, but then you have Fox as Steele, hence they'll be fine without it. You just gotta stay focused on this penalty kill and get through it.
Whoa, Kaprizov
the Wild have gotten much, much better on their power play as this game has gone along. I really think they need to score on this one to let themselves have a chance. I got about 50 seconds left on it. They're doing a better job. The Wild are doing a better job of getting rebound chances. Wild are really getting a long extended shift here. Lots of chances, lots of pucks to the net, and right in front, Boldy tips it. Shot from up top. So the Wild had to have that one, and they got it. And I mean, you play with fire that much, you're going to get burned eventually. Yeah, that's a great tip from Boldy. Otter's watching it into his glove all the way, and it's tipped right in. Yeah, that's just that's a perfect tip. Not too much you can do about that unless Harley is trying to tie up his stick, and on the power play, there's just not there. So Stars need to respond now. They need to get some offensive zone time so that they're not just taking on water like they were in that Jets game after they got one. Otter stops one there, gloves it, gonna get a whistle. So This game's starting to get nasty. Especially with that hit on Duchesne. Yeah, I don't know how you don't at least call that one on Duchesne just so that you can go back and review it. You know? Like that's kind of what it's for now. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, it's starting to get kind of nasty and dirty here. I'm just worried that we're playing into the way Minnesota plays, because they like to play this way.
Well, I think the Stars are going to play this way more this year too. So I think you're right about Minnesota wanting to play this way, but the Stars are definitely going to start leaning into this more, and they're not just going to ignore it. And part of this is honestly good practice in sense too, because these heavy hitting nasty games are the games that you need to be more ready for come playoff time, and you need to be more comfortable playing when everyone's looking out to take each other's heads off, really. So let's see how the Stars are able to respond to it. Ooh, they get the forecheck chance coming in too. Down low. Oh, and Johnston whiffs right in front of the net on a pass from Bork. So Bork actually getting a few really good chances, creating some offensively here in this one. Just a few, but if he can start executing on some of those, then that's really what we need to see from him. Rantanen kind of trying to drag through center ice there. I don't know if I like that too much, but ends up being harmless. The Stars are starting to possess it more here after the Wild got that goal. So that is one thing that we needed to see. Just see if we can start getting more. We got that one forechecking chance to see if we can start establishing it rather than just having that one.
I need to see another goal, honestly, to stop.
I don't think
momentum.
We need another goal, but we need to get a shift in the offensive zone, an extended shift at least.
Oh, that's a great tip.
Yeah, I mean it was perfect tip, man. There's not much you can do about that. It's under the bar too. It's close, but it was just that was a beautiful tip. I mean, they've been trying to do that the whole game though, and they got one to work. So that's kind of what that's how the shot total has gotten what it is too. It's just like almost 30 to 24 in shots for the Wild, even though the Stars are up 3-1. That's because the Wild have been trying to get that high tip the whole game. Some of that is because Otter has been playing really good too, though.
I'm going to look on X and see if we can find anything about.
Yeah, going back to that hit, I really most of the contacts to the head, regardless of where the hit ends up. I mean, it's mostly to the head. You see shoulder straight into Duchesne's chin, and he's down and has concussion too. So that really sucks for the Stars for not getting that call either. But you're gonna have to find a way to fight through it. And these are the kind of situations that you do see in the playoffs. Sometimes you see people get hit really hard and player goes down, and you need to be able to respond in a way that wins you the game, not just prove a point to the other team. You need to win the game still.
Monto, do we think Probably NHL not. Player safety gets involved with that? To be honest with you, no.
At most, he would get a fine. They should get involved with it. I wish we had a better view than the one that we got on the broadcast, because all we got was the one that is normally on the game just zoomed up. And it's coming from the hit is coming from the other direction. So I wish I could see from the other side of that, but I don't know. Maybe we'll get an angle of that on X later. I don't like that Petro got that instigating call either, especially since he didn't go in and scrum with Hartman. Was it who played the hit? I already forgot. But he didn't go in and scrum. Middleton, thank you. He didn't jockey with him to try to get him to drop the gloves. Middleton just dropped the gloves right away. I mean, he stared at Middleton stared at him, and they both dropped the gloves. Like that shouldn't be an instigating, but you know, that's how they call it for whatever reason. I think that's stupid, but good rebound control there from Otter. Shot from far out. You found anything on X yet, Ryan?
No.
Yeah, X is useless. Just like all the rest of social media.
Just that he might have gotten pulled for concussion protocol.
No, he definitely got pulled for concussion.
Well, I don't think so. He went straight off.
Yeah, because he got hit in the head and got up slowly. I think
he pulled himself off willingly.
Well, he would have gotten pulled for concussion if he didn't.
That's possible.
Robertson got danced up high on that last play, chasing him a little bit. No shots for the Stars so far in the third period.
Yeah, see, that can't happen.
Part of that is due to the penalties, though. They've played about 3 minutes or more on the PK just in this first 7 minutes. So about half of it, penalty killing.
So Deshane's not returning.
Is that what they were saying?
That's what it sounds like.
I don't think they know. So I don't think that's confirmed, but I don't think he should return anyway. Third game of the season, your team's up by 2 goals. They should be able to take care of it. You shouldn't worry about returning at this point. Got a little lucky there. Got messy at our own defensive blue line. The Wild actually had the puck, but they cleared it on themselves. So a little bit of luck there. Really need to, like I said, we need to get the forecheck back going again because it's been non-existent this third period so far.
We spent the entire time in our own zone in the third period.
Yeah, we've completely lost the plot.
See, this is this is why I was a little hesitant.
But the only goal they have is still a power play goal. So stay out of the box, keep playing clean, not letting them get to the slot, which they still are doing 5-on-5. And you can still win this game handily, but you still need to prove that you can do those things.
I don't want a turtle. I don't want a bonus turtle.
I don't think they're turtling, Ryan.
They are turtle.
They are not. They don't have
any shots. It's 11 minutes remaining in the period.
You got to give them a chance to get back into the game, Ryan. Okay, they played half of the period already on the PK, and they've been on their back foot the whole time. But let them get a chance to get back into this game. We'll see where they go. Not all doom and gloom for 7 minutes of not great play. It's not even bad play either. Like, it wasn't terrible play. They just couldn't get out of their own zone. Now they're starting to get a little bit here in these last two, getting it down the ice more. So, and then the ref fouls us up and it goes down the ice the other way. So that stinks a little bit.
Whoa.
Whoa, yeah, you're right. You're way ahead of me now. I don't know how you did that.
I didn't do anything.
There's another chance that just bounces on Johnston again. Just in this one period, he's had 2 of those that he's by himself on that far side. Great stick check from Bork or Lindell coming back into the zone. Is a 2-on-2 coming in, and Lindell just ties his stick up. The pass to the slot goes straight through everyone to the boards. Really bad play from Bischel there, but they hit the post and they get away with it. Weird pairing Lindell Bischel going on there. Fox are doing some work on the forward check-in. Got possession in the offensive zone now. Heiskanen going deep in the zone. Tries to go throw it in front. Gustafson covers.
I'm okay with that.
So little bit of danger level from Heiskanen there. That was good. Getting some danger. Lindell actually blocking that shot that went off the post. So it gets his stick on the shot and forks it up away just enough.
I must have missed what Bischel did. What did he do to cause that?
He had it up against the boards and it got puck jacked with a lot of the Wild still in the zone. So bad little thing from Bischel, but luckily he's playing with Lindell on that shift. So Lindell's able to clean it up all for him. He mops it all up and saves the goal, really. I mean, that was a great chance that 18 on the Wild had there. Hinestroza. Yeah, Lindell doing some great work on that last shift. Just covering for the... Hey, he's still rookie in my heart, so... He doesn't count as a rookie this year, does he?
Who?
Bischel?
I don't believe so. I think he played too many games last year.
He played 38, so yeah, probably not. Yeah, so the Stars really need to get their offensive game going again. They left it out to dry here to start the third, and it's really hurt them. So hopefully Miro driving down the boards there, getting that chance can start something for them here, and they can really start to actually control the game again. All right. Here we go. All right. Wild kind of won the loss there, went up the ice, but it got turned over in neutral zone.
15-2 in shots, though. Like
for the period, yeah, it's been a very tough period. Very surprising
I really don't like
from
that.
the Wild. I mean, the Stars are really struggling to get out of their own zone now.
And this is also against a team who is on their second night of a back-to-back. Like,
it's early in the season still, though, too. And offsides on the Wild here, so. Yeah, or just Stars are not possessing the puck as well as they were in the first 2 periods as they are in the third. Yeah, it's really funny to watch that fan go down the stairs. That's be
so hard.
Like, walking down the stairs in the goalie gear. That's great.
He's dedicated. Like, I mean, I'll give it to him. He is dedicated. Like, he barely even fits in that seat with his pads on. That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Like, you know, you deserve some applause for that. Like, that's amazing.
Shots are now showing 10-1 for the Wild for this period. Little nifty pass between the legs from Kaprizov, but his teammates aren't ready for it, so the Stars get it.
It's 34-22 in shots right now. Like,
the Stars have had much better shots too, though. That was a terrible rim around straight to the Wild player. Didn't even, I mean, it was obvious from our point of view, but it's just missed on the other side. And they're going to call holding on Blackwell again. So one of the two things that we really needed to do is stay out of the penalty box, and Blackwell takes another one.
pulled him
that was
down.
Even less than the other two, honestly. I mean, Blackwell kind of fell, and then that it was not a good call. It looked like he pulled him down. I can see why. I can see why it was called, but I mean, the Wild forward was leaning on him, and then Blackwell fell, and then the forward fell because he was using Blackwell to balance. So that's not a great call, but that one at least is understandable because it looks like it. Really need to get a kill through this one now, though. So we really need to lean on that penalty killing that we saw that was so good through the first two games. Wild doing a good job possessing, and it goes in. Otter never saw it. Kaprizov sniped it top corner. Yeah, really feels like the refs have kind of screwed the Stars on a bit of these calls. I mean, I hate the instigating call. It's stupid, but there's been 3 holding calls that all have been extremely weak. Yeah, Eriksson Ek just with a great moving screen, and then Kaprizov snipes it. So yeah, Eriksson Ek with a great moving screen there. He did that perfectly. So the Stars still never got back into the offensive zone after that. Really need to get going here. They put out the nuclear line to start it. And they got into the zone quickly. They're getting some zone time here. Robertson short side, but it got blocked. Goes straight to the Wild player. They're dumping it in now. Some work along the boards. Stars come out with it, but they don't get it out of the defensive zone for like the nth time this period. It's not a hand pass in the defensive zone, so Stars get out with that one. The Minnesota Wild wanted a hand pass call there, but it was still in the defensive zone when Rantanen first touched it, so they got away with it a bit. Shot from a pie. Goes out of zone. Up into the netting. So the Stars are actually shuffling the defensive pairing here a little bit. I think maybe some of that is to have Petro play a little bit less. We'll just have to wait and see.
Petro can't play. He's in the box.
Oh, yeah. So that's why. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't realize that he was still in the box for that. Are you using ESPN to watch this, Ryan?
Yes. Or no, I'm not. Did you just lose your stream?
No. Chris was asking. I'm using Chris's account tonight to watch.
Hey, Chris, you loser. Why aren't you watching the game?
He is watching it. He's just not with us.
Loser.
So a great tip from the Wild on the power play, and then moving screen with Kaprizov, their best sniper, shooting it. Pulls them within one, both on the power play. You got to stay out of the box when you're in the lead too, especially. And I know they're bad calls, but it's because they're playing in their defensive zone. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. They
that's where I'm at, James. That's where I'm at. I'm just like, yeah, they're bad calls, but Dallas still has control to, make sure that it doesn't become a factor. And they made it a factor. They allowed the Wild to get back into the game because their penalty kill couldn't do the job.
Really, so, it's before they even got to the penalty kill, though. That was the problem here. I mean, when you're playing in your own zone like that much, you're going to take calls, especially in a game where the other team is trailing. I mean, the refs are never going to admit it, but they're looking for calls like that. They're going to give the other team opportunities when they're the ones controlling the game and they're behind. So you got to keep control of the game, and they didn't do that. They didn't keep forechecking. They didn't keep playing in the offensive zone. All right. So we got about 6 minutes left in this game. I think as long as the Stars don't take a penalty, they can squeak this one out. But I would rather just see them actually start playing offensively. So if we can see some of that, it's not even going to be it'll be less of a squeak it out. But
I just want to see them counterpunch.
They're going to try to squeak it out.
I just want to see them counterpunch. I don't want them to take a chance.
And that shift right after
they have an opportunity for an odd man rush or something.
Yeah, and the shift right after the goal was good. They put out the nuclear line, and they did get a chance or two. So we got 5:30 left in this one. Neutralize face-off now. See if they can start some forechecking finally.
Nope.
I mean, I've missed it this entire period. There's a good zone exit at least. They had Steele behind the defense, but the pass it's hard pass to make. So they take the offensive zone instead, and then they turn it over, and it goes back the other way. The Wild shot it from far out. Easy for Otter to take that one. He just holds on to it for a face-off. Stars have won the last. They've won at least 3 of the last 4 or 5 faceoffs. So that's good to see after giving up the goal that pulls the Wild within 1. They're getting it down into the offensive zone more now, but they are not controlling it once they're there. So that still is a problem, but they're not playing only in the defensive zone the last minute or 2 at least. They got to keep that consistent if they're not going to forecheck as hard, though. Like it's fine to turtle if you are still constantly exiting your own zone over and over and over again. And that was not happening in this third period. We were getting stuck in our own zone. We could not get it out. We're turning it over on the defensive blue line. And honestly, both blue lines, the offensive and defensive, they were just turning it over back and forth. Wild here with some zone time now. And zone time has completely flipped on the Stars. It's now 14 minutes to 11 and a half for the Minnesota Wild now. Bork with a great little play up there at the defensive blue line to get it out of the zone. That's the kind of stuff that needs to happen all the time, though. It needs to happen every time. Once you get it up there, it's got to get out. Lundqvist gets puck jacked there on the boards again. Didn't get it out of the zone because of it. Now they're getting stuck in their zone again. Lundqvist makes a good play in front of the net, and then the Stars ice the puck. So it's about 3 minutes left. That little bit of time where they were breaking it out of their own zone, short-lived. Yeah, Lundqvist just caught off guard, gets stick lifted from behind, and that extends the Wild shift and makes it really dangerous. So you gotta see some more going on here. Great save from Otter right in front. It was a quick shot off the faceoff for the Wild that dropped right for a Minnesota Wild player, and Otter was ready for it and made a secondary save. And Stars were able to get the second rebound and clear it out. Now about 2.5 minutes left. You're probably thinking you're going to go back into that more defensive style. Stars turn it over again on the defensive blue line, and Otter makes a great save. Doesn't give up a rebound either. They're really making it dangerous for no reason, turning over the puck a lot on the defensive blue line. Bischel kind of getting away with the slash there in front. So little bit, I'll call that a give back call because he's right in front with the puck there, and Bischel whacks his stick pretty hard, but he gets away with it that time. I think if that one's called, it's probably tied already. So 2:22 left. Wild are going to pull their goalie here. See if the Stars can get the empty netter. They won the faceoff in the defensive zone, but it's knocked down by the Wild. Wild dump it in, trying to get possession. Lindell gets there first, tries to rim it around, turns it over. Then the Wild turned over. Robo's there first this time. They got it down, working deep in the corner. Wild get it up top with possession. Blocked, though. The shot's blocked from up top. They're getting it up to Robo at center ice. Foxa break away with an empty net. Gets it in the empty net. So they get it done. They get the empty netter. About 1 minute, 40 seconds left still here. They made
still
it
too much time.
They made it really dangerous. But Stars got the 2-goal lead with 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Yeah, so Stars are a great team to start the year, but really they're not playing as hard in the third periods as they are in the first two. And I don't know, maybe some of that is because they are playing harder and they're not used to it. You got any ideas for why the Stars might be just not be playing as good in the third period?
They're just not able to be consistent with this style yet. That makes me wonder if they're just not able to be that consistent with it.
I mean, they've played 3 games with it, so
I have not liked how they've closed out any of these games. And that's assuming they win this one with the empty net goal. Like, we've won all 3, but I have fingers crossed. We have won 2, and it looks like we're going to win the third one. But I have not liked a single way they have closed out a game.
Yeah, and early season, that's okay. But that's something that's got to be worked on very quickly too. Because I mean, the best teams, you see them shut down teams in the third period, especially when you have a multi-goal lead. I mean, it's different when you're ahead by 1 and it's close the whole game. Like the Avalanche game's a little different. It was close that whole game, back and forth the whole time. The Wild are going to pull their goalie again here. So
it was still dominated by Colorado for a majority of the game, though. Yes, Dallas had their moments, but it was still mostly dominated by Colorado.
And the other 2 games, the Stars dominated for most of it until they got to the third. I mean, when the Stars are dominating, yes, it was. When the Stars are dominating the game, they're getting great big leads. I mean, 2 games now, they've played really, really good for at least 40, 45 minutes of the game, really dominated, got multi-goal leads. And once they get those leads, they're not playing as hard and letting up a bit, and they're getting in trouble. Both times now we've seen the Wild and the Jets. Now, they're both good teams, but they come back within 1. The saving grace right now is that they haven't given up the lead yet. They haven't even let the other team tie it yet. But it is that is something that they need to watch out for, because it's happened twice now with 3+ goal leads in both of them. So it's going to be something to watch this year. Stars trying to eat it in the corner. About a minute left here. Still an empty net for the Minnesota Wild. They got it up top now. Shot from the point. It's up in the air. Never falls to a Wild player, though. Goes out. Kaprizov got it down deep in the zone. In the far corner. It goes from one corner to the other. Working it up top now. Shot from up top. Blocked, though. It's forked out. Hintz is going to get another empty netter here. So it looks like we'll get that 3-goal lead back, but not the way you would have liked the game to end, but they get it done. And that is a saving grace. I know we're going to be upset about blowing the leads a bit, but when it got back to 1 goal, they did tighten down both times, and they were able to get it done. They were able to get through the game, and they were able to get the wins out of both of them. And that's really what matters when it comes down to it, especially early season, is winning the games. I'm not going to complain too much about blowing the leads this early. Maybe if we're still doing it in December, I'll get really upset about it. But for now, Stars are 3 for 3 on the season. And they win all 3 against what most are expecting to be top 3, top 4 in the Central this year. So
not Minnesota.
I think Minnesota. I have Minnesota winning the division. Okay,
you're nuts.
But I don't think I'm nuts, but it's a great start to the season for the Stars. All Central Division matchups, winning all 3 of those against really hard opponents. I mean, that's great head start for the year.
I still really that and maybe it's just because I'm the super fan that I am, and I but man, James, I really, really, really don't like the way that we've ended all 3 games. Just and we got. I know what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. I can tell you that much. Well, but I got to get my thoughts together on that, because I just I really, really, really don't like the way that they're closing out games. That's why I said exactly what I said during the second intermission. I said, yeah, they're up 3-0, but I want to see them close it out, and they didn't. Yeah. Not the way that the good teams do it. And again, I know it's the early season and everything, and it's a new system. So but this team doesn't get excuses at this point.
Yes, they do. It's the third game of the season, Ryan.
No.
Give them a break. Come on.
No,
be happy that hockey's back.
No,
be happy we're playing a different style. Be happy that they're winning. Come on.
I understand.
When we're 3-0 on the new season.
I am looking at this way bigger picture.
Okay, look at the way bigger picture in 2 months, please. Be happy.
Okay, we need to stop before we get too much into it.
We'll save it for tomorrow. Right. I'm just telling you now. Step back. We're not in playoff hockey anymore. They won the game. It's the third game of the season. It's against a Central Division opponent.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut and keep my thoughts for tomorrow night. All right. Well,
I'm happy
for everyone who has been watching us with us live. We appreciate you guys. Thank you all for joining us here tonight. Dallas Stars do get the win here this evening, 5-2 over the Minnesota Mild. As always, thanks to our sponsor, DraftKings Sportsbook. That promo code is THPN up there in the top right-hand corner. If you enjoyed anything here this evening and you were here this whole time, we appreciate y'all. Click like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And we will have a full hour episode for you guys tomorrow. Chris will be there for sure, I believe. And we'll break down this game and all of its glory, and then James can try to convince me otherwise tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, Wednesday night, 9:30, alongside James, my name is Ryan. This has been Starcastic Remarks. We appreciate you guys so much. We catch you guys on the flip side and hope you'll have a fantastic morning, afternoon, and evening. Go Stars! They start the season 3-0.